And I'm going to put two words together that you don't normally associate: lightheartedness and Alzheimer's. It's true. There's a book, we're going to talk to the author, Life with Mill. Mill being M-I-L, being mother-in-law, and how it starts a conversation about how you can have a talk with your family members who are going through Alzheimer's. And we say hello to author Lisa Davenport. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
You, I'll start with another lighthearted comment. You got along with your mother-in-law. You loved her.
I did. We had a great relationship. We did. So, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, a story about your mother-in-law.
Hi. But things change, and this is the impetus of the book. What was a very loving relationship, you started to notice that there were changes with her, and not only were there changes with her, but changes in the back and forth with you.
Right, right. So the book it started on Facebook, actually. And who writes a book on Facebook?
Right.
We wrote a book on Facebook. It started with our study that we did at Yale. And I was trying to parallel park, and I got very frustrated with her constantly asking, and I snapped at her. So out of guilt, I put the post up on Facebook, and people started to respond. I learned very quickly that people needed to hear more about this. She was a writer. She was an editor in her own right. On one very lucid day, I told her what I was doing, and she told me not to stop.
Really?
So throughout the book, you go through the journey with us, which is funny at times.
Right.
You know,
and that's the lighthearted part, because it is a very serious, strong, often not a happy ending subject. We should point out, you're not a writer. She's a designer by trade, but as you started to put these Facebook postings together, you realize, I got enough here for a book. Take us through what page 1 to the last page is about.
So page 1 is that Facebook post where I was having trouble, you know, parking.
Right.
Page 325, I'm not going to tell you. I want you to get to the end of the book.
That's fair. But it's not only a journey for your mother-in-law who's suffering, but the family reacting and interacting and finding the way to make a positive out of such a dark situation.
Absolutely. And I will tell you that hundreds of people have said to me, I learned something reading the book. And you don't have to be with a family with Alzheimer's to necessarily associate with the book. Anybody who's had to care for somebody who's been ill understands the guilt, because I'm vulnerable. Right. You know, I put up this face, oh, everything's perfect, you know.
But pull back the curtain, and it can be a struggle.
It is.
I've learned in my travels with doing events and benefits for folks with the Alzheimer's Association, which is fantastic, endalz.org, that it is a journey, not just for the person who's suffering, but for the family, and there's so much to learn, and you can learn that. And the book is called
Life with Mel.
I love that. And your mother-in-law, again, happy that you had such a good, inspiring source, because I don't think I would be able to write a book about my my former mother-in-law. You can find a book everywhere. You're going to do some book signings this holiday season?
Probably after the first of the year.
Okay.
But it's available on Amazon.com, both in Kindle and in print. And if you are in Durham, the Durham Pharmacy is carrying it.
Oh, well, there you go. See, and I bet also if you run into her in Durham, you might get a signed copy too. Lisa Davenport, continued success. And again, there may be a second book in there, I hope.
You
never know when you have enough time. All right, we have, let's send it right back to the